This is crazy. Today we're energizing the VoskCoin mining farm. Got the gator here, gonna load it up with some rigs, gonna go head over to the pod, get these things hooked up. Let's mine some Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies. Man, I'm freaking excited. Let's go. Let's do some mining, Morty. Everything here is very much still a work in progress, but we've got two S19J Pros hashing away right there. Okay, so those are dedicated Bitcoin mining rigs. They're big, power hungry boys. And they're gonna heat this up because it's cold here, and why not get free heat? I'm gonna mine anyway, instead of just exhausting it outside. I've got everything set up on the same network, which allows me to control this, pretty easily. I also have a computer set up now. I just set this up today, so I'm going to be able to remote in, whether I'm at the house or I'm not at home at all. I can access all of the mining rigs, change anything, see what's going on. Obviously, just everything you would do remotely. Getting that network access is critical to be able to control your gear, no matter how big your mining deployment is. When you're away from home or away from your farm. Let me take you upstairs. Welcome to the upstairs. Got a mining rig and 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 a mining rig. Because again, I'm mining, why not heat the place up? And this isn't my end game solution or anything like that. I'm just using the residual heat here instead of venting it outside. And my scalability plan, these things will not stay in here when it's warm. Absolutely not. That's where the mining shed and the pod come into play, that will have proper, or already do have proper setups to deal with a full-scale miner deployment. Let's go over to the mining area. Well, we're gonna make things get a lot more serious. All right, we got the miners loaded up. It's nothing crazy. I don't know why I ducked. God, this thing is so cool. I'm so excited to just start using this thing regularly. It's, we use it to take the trash out, get the mail. It's my daily driver to work. I mean, this is so cool. And yeah, well, we're gonna use it on the mining farm. So I just stepped into the minipod. It's technically the M300. It's a 208 version. I'm running it on single phase electricity, but they were originally designed for 3-phase and can definitely serve that need. So I met with Scott. He came down, which was really fun when we got this. And so he has a machine that rolls these shelves. He makes back plates for them and all that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty cool design, because basically you take the miner. These are specifically cut for Bitmain Antminer S19s, and they slide right in like butter. This is a gold shell miner, because I'm putting all kinds of different mining rigs in here. It's a little tight, but you just kind of finagle it in the right way, and the fans can still go out through the back plate, which is just awesome. So this shoots all your air right at the back at the exhaust fans. I'm so excited to load this thing up full of miners. I'm not trying to come off like an advertisement or something, but I negotiated with Scott, the designer of the minipod and also the owner of Digital Shovel. I negotiated with them a discount code for all of our subscribers. By the way, you're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, which in my humble opinion is the best crypto YouTube channel. But I'm biased, real biased in this one. But basically, you get a discount, best price you can get on these by just simply saying you saw the pod on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. So why not save some money? Because I'm on single phase and not 3-phase, I can't use the bottom, basically third of this device. These are PDUs. They make them in-house. They're smart PDUs. I actually don't have the digital shovel activated. As it sits right now, it's just basically a custom shipping container or a metal box, right? And that's fine because I just put one miner in here as basically a test. But as this really starts to ramp up and get serious, we need to have these fans activated and online here in the rear. So that's going to be the next step. So while this pod is energized, it's hot, it's not fully functional. It's on my to-do list, among many things. All of the mining that's taking place here is taking place on Starlink internet. And yes, I bolted it in to an old oil barrel drum, and that is exactly why we can't have nice things. But I'm gonna mount it to the roof here in a few days. So they don't send a roof mount with the kit, and I was too stupid and naive, I guess, to be like, yeah, of course they're gonna send a roof mount with the satellite. No, they're not. And now you know, so hopefully you don't make the same mistake. Just like it doesn't come with an Ethernet port. I assume that too. Do your own research, Vosk. Sorry, every other router in the history of routers had an Ethernet port. Unbelievable. Take me to the times before Netscape. Got a couple rigs in here, just making it nice and toasty for whenever I need to come in here. This is not fully set up yet. I eased off the gas on that, talked about it in another video, but you know, I'm thinking about how exactly I want to go about doing this. Oh my God. I just realized a huge mistake I made. And I didn't even make this mistake in my original mining shed. I let them, God, I feel so stupid right now. I let them run the wires in the freaking wall because it's a shorter, I mean, that's a shorter distance and that's just standard, but I need these ran up high. God! Because I need to cut holes in the wall, so the vents, I mean, I can work around this. I'm not really trying to incur another bill to redo that. Oh man, I need to think about that. But hey, anyway, another reason why this is shortly paused. But the fact is, I'm pulling some amps in here, mining some coins, and this is where Starlink is headquartered here as well. So that's the basics on that. My drama aside, the really cool fun part here is that this stuff is operational. This time I put some nice lights in here, something I didn't do last time. You know, a couple extra bucks, get some sweet light bars. These are the first miners activated in the mining shed 2.0, so I'm very excited for that, but I'm also really struggling with how I feel really stupid about how I let them run the wires. Another day making mistakes. One of the hurdles I'm dealing with the pod is the fact that all of the power connections to basically distribute this much power and that small of a footprint are C20 plugs, right? And they look like the stone face, okay? They look like this. Most of my plugs are C13, C14, or I do have some C19, C20, and the difference between these plugs, they look like this, they go into PDUs if you're not all that familiar. But the problem in particular I'm dealing with, especially right now, and also why I bought this adapter, and I guess I wasn't freaking paying attention, is the fact that I need to get 2 of these C13 connections into the amp miner. And because on its power supply, even though the power draw it's rated at, it should just be using a C19, C20 setup. It does, and it uses 2 C13s, but I need to plug into a C20 plug. I don't have the cables right now. I need to just order some of the right ones. But again, you know, this is kind of, I'm out here in the trenches trying to just get this done, make it happen. So I bought this with the adapter to plug in just to momentarily get this thing up and running. But yeah, the other side's not what I need. So another day that thing's gonna be down among many of my other mining rigs. But the other ones are simple, and they're plugged in. So I got 2 out of 3. You know, you're like, oh, that's pretty good. I got what, a D minus, D plus, what was it? A 64 was failing in school. But TLDR, whatever. I'm super excited. I mean, I'm standing in front of the mining shed. I got another mining building, and I've got another building out here to just tackle this mining farm build out and more. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs, and you know, there's just been some terrible things that have happened over the last year to me and others and whatever else. But you know, I'm not gonna let something like this get me down. It's no big deal. There's gonna be little issues and mistakes and things that I got to work through and figure out when it comes to this deployment. But I'm still, you know, kind of elated in the simple fact that, like, getting my electric company out here, oh my gosh, what an uphill battle. But eventually, months later, like it was almost half a year it took me between dealing with the county's nonsense and the electric company. But the good news is, in that time, I negotiated for them to pull all the power out here, which is about a mile underground for free. So that's a big win. Another kind of small issue is that, so I got into Starlink beta, and now I think it's just Starlink normal. So I got in for some cheaper hardware because they jacked up the price on it for the same hardware over the last year. But only just a couple of days ago, I actually turned it on, and I wanted to pause my service. But Starlink's like, hey man, look, if you pause your service, we're only gonna let you back in if there's room, and you might be back on the waiting list. And I waited like over a year to get off the beta waiting list when Starlink became available in my area. So instead, I'm paying 110 bucks a month for something I'm not even using. Like, I already have Verizon Fios at my, you know, house. I didn't need an internet service that's not as good, so I just had to sit on it. It kind of twisted my arm a little bit. There were a couple ways I could have went about it or rolled the dice and hoped that I could get back in, but you know, I took the L on that one to make sure that when this time finally came, which is so freaking cool still, that I'd be able to participate. No electricity, no internet, no coins. So I'm still working through a bunch of bugs and everything like that, but the VoskCoin mining farm is energized, which is super freaking cool. Speaking of someone else who's energizing their farm, a larger capacity, Bispy Trippin is energizing his farm, so you guys should check that out as well. Carter's a good guy, and you know, my whole mining farm freaking looks like a chicken nugget compared to his, but this is a larger capacity than I've ever mined it by far. So I'm excited. I hope you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, share the video, stick around. I'm gonna document everything for better and worse. You saw earlier in this video, I look like a freaking idiot. How can I make that? I'm done. See you later.